What's up? We're going to be talking about week 5. So, I'll start. Week 5, well, Monday morning we had Liz. We did the relaxation exercise.
Yeah, well, we had to lay on the yoga mats on our backs.
Mm-hmm. So she told me to get the mats, so I put them on the floor. And yeah, she just said, close your eyes, have your arms by your sides, legs, like, they were like this. For the legs part, I was fine doing it, but then after a while, they did get really tired. I was like, I kind of want to put them down a bit. So I didn't put them down, but like, they were slowly slipping. So it was a bit of a struggle, but we got that at the end. She also told us to think about lots of stuff. For example, imagine you're in space and different body parts are flying up in the air and stuff like that. That's what she said we had to imagine. It took me a while for me to imagine it. It helped me a lot when I started thinking of the Stranger Things intro, because it's more like I want to say luminous, but like it gives me that sort of vibe to me.
I don't really remember that because I remember sitting there or lying there, and it gave me what my mum later called a sensory overload. So my entire brain got kind of foggy.
Foggy?
Yeah. And I started doing some really strange stuff.
Like what?
Apparently, once we were told to stand up, I leaped up and got in a corner or something and started acting all like this. And apparently, at one point, I was just spinning around in circles, humming.
Oh gosh, I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, Rebecca and Liz had to take me to another room, like in the main building.
Yeah, just to like.
Yeah.
Maintain that Jake again.
Yeah.
Well, she did tell us as well to like different parts of her, like what does it feel like? So for example, where did we start? We started with the feet first, I think, and then we made our way all the way up to our heads.
I think
my feet felt a little bit numb and cold, but maybe because of the air conditioning. That's another thing as well. During the whole thing, we heard the air conditioning just going. I feel like it was distracting at first, but then later on, I kind of got used to it, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna try to block it out. So I blocked it out. But as I was saying, my feet were freezing because we were on the floor, of course, and the cold breeze. She told my head was fine. Like, I don't think I actually had a problem with it. Maybe because I can't sleep like this. I think it's just like nothing new happens. I know there were some people that almost fell asleep there, but that was funny. And yeah, that's all we got. There's not really strengths or weaknesses we had because we're just lying out on the floor thinking about our body and like how it feels. So that was about it. We had break and then we had this again. We then performed some of our monologues. I wasn't able to perform my monologue because, well, everyone kept jumping in, and because I think Liz was late, I wasn't able to actually show mine. I said, oh great, that's fine. So I didn't really get to show mine, but I was still working, like I was still looking at my lines, making sure they're fine. And yeah, just practice them in my head. That was more what I was doing. What was you?
Well, I had, due to the previous lesson, I actually left just as that lesson began.
Oh, so we weren't really doing anything on that day, I guess. Okay, we're just gonna move to Tuesday. Tuesday, we had Jamie.
No, first we.
No. We were supposed to have Jamie, but we didn't. So we had Emily. She gave us reviews on our model boxes, and she told us who our H&D was. She said to actually, do you want to start? Because I feel like I'm talking too much. You start like how your H&D was.
Well, was it Tuesday?
It's fine. You can come in. We're doing Viva. It's fine.
Our feedback was good. I think we all genuinely got good feedback, didn't we?
Yeah, we all did.
I can't remember. Mine and James' feedback was interesting because we had a unique dynamic.
Like you did most of like the creative stuff, and he mainly did the writing stuff, I think.
Yes, and then when we were told our H&Ds and who was
It's fine. Yeah, Karen.
and who was told was it set manager?
Mm-hmm.
That was it. Due to James being good at one side and I was good at the other side, we were both made station manager, which was very interesting.
I do notice that a lot, like when you were doing a presentation, it was more or less James just speaking. I said you never let my guy speak at least once. You just said, "Can you hold the painting?"
I was very happy not to speak. I just stood there messing around with my pictures. Very happy doing that because I knew I was doing the bit that mattered the most.
Yeah. I got good feedback. Emily said to me that I knew the storyline, I knew the plot, I knew who the characters were and their roles were. The costume wise, I knew the setting, lights. Well, as for the lights and sound, that was mainly Rosie because like she's very like good with that sort of stuff, and I'm sort of new to it, so she mainly took control of that whilst I'm doing the story. But as for the model bots, we both created that together. We thought about doing a bots ring because at one point in the story, a character talks about a flashback about him he blinds the opponent, so we just said, let's make a boxing ring, so we did that. We are kind of both stage managers because Emily said that me and Rosie, we work really good together and all that sort of stuff. As for the stage and light, that's not stage. As for the light and sound, she kind of is in control of that because she's, as I said, she's used to that sort of stuff. So it's like, yeah, you take control of that. And yeah, I think there's not really a strengths or weaknesses because like they're telling stuff about us. Like, oh, that's great.
Yes, I really liked your model box. That was really good.
Really?
Yeah.
I liked your drawing. Your drawing actually looked like something from a museum. So, yeah. That's all we can say about Tuesday. Thursday, I remember. Oh, we did Emily. Yeah, Emily showed us a website where we could edit sounds and put sounds together and all that sort of stuff. So for our H&D plays or whatever, they can be like, okay, can you get this sounds like raindrops and put it in this music? Personally, I found it pretty easy. As soon as she told us how it worked, I was like, okay, made my own. I think I made a music with just multiple sound effects.
Yes, you got quite complex with yours, didn't you? I got a little complex, but not quite your level.
It was like, I saw it as a way as like, I just get music, put it here, and then afterwards I see how it goes, and yeah, that's about it. I didn't find it like difficult anyway.
It was very simple and easy to use.
Oh no, the only hard thing was when you're trying to hear music, when you're having multiple people in the room playing their loud music, that was so. It wasn't annoying. It was annoying, but it was also like, can you just turn it down just a little bit for a second? I just want to try to listen to this real quick. They turn up even louder. I'm like, okay, this is impossible. Yeah, it got to the point where I got to turn it up and just see if it sounds good. That's all we had. Is there anything you want to add to it?
No, I thought it was a great thing for all of us to learn. Really useful in understanding that sort of side of things. I actually saved all the notes and stuff on my phone, so I can use it for other things as well.
I saved it too. I even saved the website, so just in case if I don't lose it as well. So I got the website and like how to do it really. So yeah. I'm glad I got that. Gary's lesson. We did the same thing, doing the emotional scene in this room actually. It's easy. Like I find like where to stand and all that sort of stuff easy because like personally we did that like the first time we saw Gary and I'm just like I'm used to it now. So staging wise, like walking across the room without looking at the floor is fine. The only thing I tend to struggle is to channel that emotion. Karis went in our room and she told us like you need to create a story for your character because you can't just walk on set just like I'm Ricardo, I'm just gonna cry in this scene and hopefully the audience will know who I am. Like you need to know why this person's sad. For example, the script that we're reading, the reason why I'm upset is because my lover is not real, and I'm about to leave that person for the rest of my life. Because it's like it's like an illusion, more or less. So I'm never gonna see that person again. There's not gonna be a picture of her. The only picture I'm gonna imagine is basically the only time I'm gonna, how do you say, like, I'm only gonna have like a thought of her in my head, like that's it, on my memory. That's it. And you just gotta. It was hard to channel that sadness for me at the start. I believe. What about you?
Well, I didn't actually do the. I think I was still doing moderator at that point, so I just had the simple. What do you want to do? What do you want to do? And
the moderator is kind of important, as Gary said. He said that even though you're saying 2 lines and then that's it, you still gotta look like you're included in the scene.
You gotta be sort of standing over, sort of lurking, a sense of presence in the scene.
Exactly, and I think he did a good job now that I'm thinking about it, because judging by the way you were looking at your partners in the middle, it looked like, I feel bad for these 2 people. They're about to lose each other, like 2 couples. So I think he did well on that. My weakness for today, as I said, was channel the emotion, how to improve that. I think I'm gonna start looking at playing some sad music in my head. Or getting some sad music and playing it. So who's that practitioner?
Uta Hagen?
That's it, yeah. I think she does something like that, so I'm gonna research that practitioner. And strengths, definitely the movement. That's definitely my strength. What about you? Strengths and weaknesses for today?
Strengths and weaknesses. My strength my strength is definitely tech. I can just get that easy. But actually, for a weakness, so when we're back in the other room, was it singing studio?
Yeah.
And we're just practicing. Due to it, I'm with Harry and Kieran, and I struggle to actually keep focus. All 3 of us struggle to keep focus. We're just constantly breaking out into laughter. So it's different. The weakness, I think, is a group weakness, is having the 3 of us together is cause for just laughter and messing about.
It is hard to focus in there because you got people dancing, chatting loud. I feel like if you go out, not in this room, but just outside there and just focus, I feel like you do a better job, because that's what I did, and I feel like it was good, but it could have been better, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. There's always room to improve.
Friday, final day, we had Jamie. We basically did monologues all day, just like, alright, let me see your monologue, blah blah blah. I showed him my comedy of errors, and I think it was good. My projection good. I feel like my physicality could be better though. I was moving it up and down and that sort of stuff, but he was like, with my hands, I should hand gestures, it looked like I was just stuck to the ground basically. He said to me that I need to move more, and how I'm going to improve that, maybe go into digital theatre and watch a performance myself and grab little bit of ideas and then have my ideas and then put it together, and then I can make it something better probably. So yeah.
I didn't actually perform for Jamie that day, so I haven't. So I don't really have much to say. I just kept on practicing, kept on thinking of different ways to do it, better ways. It's just trying to fully round out the character, seeing what best way to do the character is.
I get what you mean. If you're not on the stage, you're still gonna be thinking about how can I do this and that sort of stuff. Yeah. Okay. Okay, let's quickly round this up because you have to go. Strengths and weaknesses for this whole week. I think my strength for this week is probably the model bots and having that review from Emily, and just basically the stage walk. That's my biggest strength. My weakness is probably me with the emotional scene. That's my main priority. I want to get down. What about you before you go?
My main priority for this week?
Yeah.
Oh, I would definitely say for my contemporary monologue, I definitely want to figure out not like Shakespeare in monologue, how just to do it, because I've got all these different ways, all these different ways of portraying the character and being him, you know, different ideas of how he would behave in my head, and I just need to sort of sit down, record myself doing them, and seeing which one works best.
That's good. I'm glad that you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's it. See ya.